we're back, and push pole qualifying is coming up next live on Speed. Well, we're back to the Mobile 112 Hours of Sebring.
This is car 3, actually. We're having a nice point of view shot here from the cockpit. That tape flapping around there, of course, is what was put onto this car when Johnny O'Connell had his brake rotor blow on him, and they fixed it, but of course they had to tape up where there was some damage. So Max Papis is in the car now, and we can see exactly what he can see at night. And as you can see, there's very little peripheral vision available, but he's going very nicely indeed, and he's determined to keep up and try to hassle the Aston Martin, car number 57, which is about 3 laps in front of him. Astons have held that 3-lap gap between themselves and this GT1 Corvette ever since they got ahead in the first place, so no one's actually drawing down on anybody.
Well, the other thing we have to remember here too is that Max Papis and the Corvette team are running for the American Le Mans Series Championship in GT1. The Aston Martin will be here this weekend, then it goes over to Europe. It'll make its European debut at Silverstone, I believe it is, in May, and we might not see it back here in the States until later in the season when it would run at Petit Le Mans and at Laguna Seca as well.
Also, that Aston Martin was all day long has turned lap times comparable to that of the Corvette. So
+8 on the Aston Martin, plus a minute 20 on the Celine, plus a minute 20 on the Celine. You're doing good.
One of the biggest things they're doing here too, Dorsey, is they're selling cars. Aston Martin is hoping that people are going to get interested in buying this car and running it as a customer works program. And right now, based on the performance that they're showing, it looks like you can go spend some money and come racing and challenge the top flight team in GT1 any day of the week.
Well, Alan, you and I were talking about that earlier in the program, that now all of these car manufacturers are building race cars that you can actually turnkey buy. Porsche's doing it, Aston Martin's doing it, Ford's doing it, Chevrolet's doing it, Chrysler's doing it. Yeah. So it's a viable market for a car manufacturer.
Well, very much. I mean, it's what Porsche have been doing for over 50 years, and hey, a few other people have now caught on. But Ferrari tried it too, of course, don't forget. They've done very nicely out of it. And it took ProDrive, I think, to put that 550 on the map. Well, they managed to dispose of a few of those. They were leased out, of course. They didn't want to sell the cars. They only sold only one of those 550 Maranellos out of the 9 built actually got sold to a guy in Japan. All the others are leased out. And I think Aston Martin are keen to lease these cars to people who want to race them. Although if you really insist, twist their arm and a lot of money changes hands, I believe you can buy one too as an outright purchase.
And that's one of the things in road racing in the United States over the last 30 years that I've been involved as a driver, and that has changed, because when you and I started, you know, it was our own cars pretty much. You had to do most of the work yourself and so forth. There was very little opportunity. Now there's tons of opportunity for people who have enough money to be able to come in and